Guys, let's go fishing.
All right.
Hey, Brent, there's already one down here.
Come on, Brent. Should we try to catch a fish?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what's down this way.
Hi, I'm Bob Jensen. This is Fishing the Midwest. Thanks for stopping by. We're at the West Fork Wharf, our supper club lounge in Sheffield, Iowa. And this is the West Fork side. We kind of decorated this side of the West Fork Wharf in West Fork memorabilia. We're in the West Fork School District. We're so proud of the academics in our school in general and the sports. And so we decorated. We'll take a look around here later. We're going to start off on Green Bay fishing walleyes, really shallow, shallower than you might think we'd catch them in the middle of summer.
Green Bay is one of my all-time favorite places to go fishing. It's diverse, the fish are big, and the fish are plentiful. Green Bay is a world-class fishery. Most of the times I've been to Green Bay, we fished the offshore, open water trolling bite with planer boards and either crankbaits or spinner rigs, and we've always done well. Great way to catch a wide variety of fish, big ones. Today we're going to do things a little differently. Here's how this all came up. We were salmon and trout fishing with the guys from Trio Fishing Charters on the Lake Michigan side of Door County, way on the east side of Wisconsin. Brett Alexander was in the boat with us. Brett is an outstanding walleye and bass guide in that area of Wisconsin. We got done with the trout and salmon fishing and still had some time. Brett said he had this shallow water thing going for walleyes on Green Bay. We decided to give that a shot. We're on Green Bay with Door County on the east and the Oconto County shoreline on the west. It's mid-July, it's drizzly, the skies are overcast, and we're casting to walleyes in 3 to 4 feet of water. Here we go. Trio Fishing Charter Captain Matt Solchenberger took Brett and I salmon fishing that morning. Now he's joining us in the boat for walleyes, and Brett put him to work with the net right away.
Nice walleye.
Is it?
Yeah. Is that for everyone?
Oh yeah, right
buddy?
there. There he is. You hit it hard, Brett?
Yeah, he whacked it. Nice.
There you go. Yeah.
Up shallow on the rocks. We just slid up on this rock bar where I got this wind cracking in here.
Yes.
And these walleyes be stacked. Perfect eaters here
Oh, yeah.
we're getting. There's some bigger fish in here too. We had one that was 10 pounds the other day right here.
Really?
Yeah. Perfect eating size fish. You guys want to take some home to eat? We're gonna let them go then.
No thanks.
Brett's on him. Same spot, different species. A good time.
I can tell the way it's fighting.
Yeah, there you go. You've done this before, huh?
I played this game before. Now a lot of people are starting to keep these and eat them.
Are they really?
Yeah. I actually have a cousin of mine that comes out with me, and he keeps all these smaller sheephead, and he said he can't tell the difference between the walleyes and the sheephead when he deep fries them.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Is that considered a smaller sheephead?
This is a small one, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, you catch them up to 15, 20 pounders sometimes out here.
Huh.
Good battling fish, so
Oh,
they
yeah.
fight hard.
They're just fun to catch.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Now it's my turn.
You whacked it.
Let me get that variable for you.
This is a pretty decent fish. I'm not sure it's a walleye. You know? I don't know what it is, but I'm not sure it's a walleye.
One thing about here, you never know.
I know.
mean, you can catch muskies, pike,
Oh,
sheephead.
sheephead.
Sheepy.
That's what I was thinking, and I'm okay with that.
They're good fighters.
They're fun to catch. Nothing wrong with that. Boy, did you ever think you'd catch walleyes that shallow in the middle of summer, in the middle of the day? When we come back, we'll do it some more. Hey, at the West Fork Wharf, we've got our tables, and our bar is part of our gym floor. They replaced the gym floor recently, and that's what our tables and bar are. When we come back, we'll catch some more walleyes. Stay tuned.
Fishing the Midwest is presented by Bionic Line. Your fish, your line. Beautiful Cabotogama Lake, gateway to Voyageurs National Park. Evinrude E-Tech, 300 hours, no dealer scheduled maintenance. Offshore Tackle, your leader in trolling technology.
Evinrude E-Tech has been outperforming four-stroke engines for years. But what about the latest 150 four-strokes that claim to deliver two-stroke-like torque? See the proof for yourself. Get your free DVD now and watch how the two-stroke Evinrude E-Tech 150 outpulls and out-accelerates the four-stroke competition. See how it wins when it comes to maintenance, ease of winterization, and more. Evinrude E-Tech is the true champion. Go to evinrude150challenge.com and get your free DVD now.
Lake Kabetogama in Voyageurs National Park is your year-round destination for experiencing nature at its finest. Enjoy the solitude of the pristine wilderness while having all the comforts of home available at the many full-service resorts. The fishing is world-class. So are all the other outdoor activities that are abundant in all the seasons. Cab is the perfect place for your family or group of friends, and Cab is an easy drive from anywhere in the Midwest. Kabetogama Lake in northern Minnesota. Discover Cab now. Boat ride on the water, a concert in the shadow of legends, a day of fishing in one of the premier fisheries in the Midwest. These are just a few of the wonderful attractions Clear Lake has to offer. Nestled in northern Iowa, Clear Lake is known for its beautiful scenic landscapes, top-rated beaches, and yearly events. From the annual Winter Dance Party to the blockbuster 4th of July celebration, Clear Lake has something for everyone. Stay at the shore and explore.
I enjoy making good food, but I would rather fish than cook, even when it's 10 below zero. That's why my family and I invented the Dakota Grill. We let the grill do all the work. I just set the temperature and my grill does the rest. Whether I smoke, grill, barbecue, or bake, your meats will always be juicy, flavorful, and healthy. Visit dakotagrills.com for recipes, cooking videos, and more, and unleash your inner chef.
Welcome back to Fishing the Midwest. Let's get back in the water and catch some more Green Bay walleyes in shallow.
Get that Frable. I gotta tell you, Bob, Frable came out this new conservation series net now.
Yep.
These things are pretty sweet. I really like them. I've been using them a lot this year. And they definitely hit a home run on this net. Here he comes. Oh, nice walleye.
Nice walleye.
Real nice one, Bob. Here he comes. Ooh. Oh, he's bulldogging me. There you go, scoop him. Nice.
That is a nice one. Wow. He whacked it pretty good.
Oh yeah, he hammered that thing. They're definitely eating it today. We just gotta.
Now, Brett, we just repositioned the boat. You wanted to fish the wind-blown side of the structure, and that guy was there right away. Wind is pretty important, isn't it, when it comes to walleyes?
Oh, it's huge. And what we're fishing here, we're fishing a little reef area, and we just pulled up. The other day I got them on the back side, but we just pulled up on the front side with the wind blowing in, and that's where these fish are. They're set up on these rocks here, so we're going to continue to work the front side of these rocks where the wind's blowing in and just ripping plastics and see how many we can put in the Frable today.
Okay, Brett mentioned that we're fishing the wind-blown side of shallow rock reefs. We're throwing plastics and crankbaits and keeping a close eye on the sonar to make sure we're always in the most productive areas. We found several very productive areas on this day.
Bob, right next to the boat.
That's only, what, 3 feet of water, 4 feet of water?
Yeah, we're in 3 feet right here.
Oh.
Another nice, ooh, nice walleye. In the Frable.
Can you do the spot lock then, Brett?
Yeah, I'm gonna spot lock us right here. We've whacked a couple of quick ones here, so. I'm actually gonna keep a couple of these, Bob, for eating today.
That's the perfect size, isn't it?
This is a great eating size right here. My wife loves eating walleyes, so.
That spot lock that Brett mentioned is one of the features on the Minn Kota iPilot. We hold our position in the wind without putting an anchor out. It's kind of an electronic anchor, and it does a great job. That iPilot system, in conjunction with the Humminbird sonar and Lake Master maps, have changed the way we fish. I'm rigging my plastics in either a rocket jig or a slurp jig. The plastic I'm using, and that's producing very well, is an Impulse paddle minnow, 3.5 inches, electric chicken color. That's a good color for this stained water. I'm throwing the jig and crankbaits in one of the new Tournament ZX bass rods. The model that I'm using was made especially for jig worming bass, but it also makes a nice rod for throwing these walleye jigs and crankbaits. 8 or 10 pound test bionic walleye monofilament or bionic walleye braid in the 15 pound test size will serve your line needs very well. Now it's Matt's turn. He switched to a crankbait and it's working.
You get a crankbait, Matt?
Crankbait, yeah. I had him switch over to green and white crankbait, you know, with all this dirty water in here, and popped one right away the first cast.
Wow. Now, Brett, you know, oftentimes you think crankbaits in the net is a mess. Not with that one, apparently.
Not with this one. This is the new Frable Conservation Series, and it's very user-friendly with the hooks in the net, and it's also very gentle on the fish. So, nice fish, Matt.
Oops.
Brett mentioned that new net from Frable. Here's what that's all about.
Just want to take a quick minute and talk about the new net that Frable's come out with. I run a lot of crankbaits, and one problem I have is the crankbaits getting stuck in the net, and it takes a long time sometimes to get them untangled and unhooked, and you end up having to cut them out. Well, Frable came out with a new Conservation Series net. It's got the heavy-duty handle, fast extending, and it's got the rubber coating on the net, and the crankbaits do not get stuck in this net. They're quick and easy to get out, and it's very, very good on the fish. It's a soft rubber. It doesn't hurt the fish at all. So if you're going to release the fish, you don't have to worry about it. And it's a very durable net. So if you want a great net, look at the Frable Conservation Series net.
Here's some advice on keeping track of where we are in relationship to the shallow reefs.
Now, one thing here, Bob, is I'm kind of blind today. We're in your boat. I'm not in mine. I don't have all my marks for this reef. And what you can do is look out on the reef, and you can see where the waves are breaking, so I know where these real shallow spots are, so I can kind of get my bearings and then figure out where we are from that, from the waves breaking. And it also tells me where the walleyes are going to be, because with the wind pushing in, those walleyes are usually laying right on the front side of these rocks. So you just work this edge. When we get up there, we're going to whack a couple, because I know that they're going to be there.
This is some fast and fun fishing. When we return, the action continues. Fishing the Midwest is brought to you by Impulse. Excite the bite with scent, color, and action. Clear Lake, Iowa Chamber of Commerce. Stay at the shore and explore. Salmo. Insist on Salmo.
Impulse soft baits. 143% more effective than the competition.
And the best alternative to live bait.
Unique colors, actions, scent.
Impulse soft plastics catch more fish, period.
At Al's Specialty Marine, service is their specialty. The Bruggentheis family has been in the boat business for almost 35 years. For performance and reliability, you can't beat a Ranger boat team with an Evinrude motor. Their staff knows exactly how to rig your boat for maximum pleasure. Al's Specialty Marine also has premier pontoons and a wide variety of other boats that will fit your needs. Al's Specialty Marine will do an outstanding job of taking care of all your boating needs.
Al's Specialty Marine, stop on by. Al's Specialty Marine.
I started using Salmo Hornets more and more a few years ago, and in those few years, I'm catching more and more fish. There's just something about a hornet that makes a walleye or a bass or a panfish or whatever want to eat it. Hornets have a lifetime guarantee, and they're hand-tuned so they run perfect right out of the box. Cabela's has an outstanding selection of Hornets in the best sizes and colors, and the folks at Cabela's can tell you which ones are the hottest. Salmo didn't invent the crankbait, they just perfected it. Insist on Salmo at Cabela's.
This is pretty amazing. We got up to the area where Brett said we'd catch a fish, and we did. I should say Matt did.
That crankbait's starting to work for you, Matt.
Yeah.
I think I thought I saw it there.
Yeah, it's a walleye.
Yeah. Yeah. Brett, in this stained water, how critical is color?
You know, I get a lot of people that ask me that, and color is super, super critical. I can tell you in the really dark stained water when it gets churned up here in Green Bay, those waters like chartreuse and white, fire tiger, purple and white. It seems like that white, you know, is really visible in the water, but probably the chartreuse and white is probably the ultimate best color for really dirty water.
Brett, so much of the time in the summer, we think of walleyes, live bait, deep water, slow presentation. Today, shallow water and soft bait. You do that a lot.
Yeah, that's a great question, Bob. I used to have the mentality always of, during the summer, fishing deep mud and deep rocks, trolling cranks and crawler harnesses. But in the last couple of years, I started doing a lot of casting during the summer, and I figured out that these fish will pull up on these rocks, but the whole key is you gotta have the dirty water. So you gotta have some waves pushing in, have the dirty water, those fish will be up in the shallows. We're only fishing 2-3 feet of water right here, but it's pretty incredible that in August that these fish are up this shallow.
Then we got another one off that same exact spot. Brett has these fish wired.
He whacked it pretty good. When he hit, he was, oh, nice walleye.
Oh, nice.
Nice walleye.
Nice one, Bob. Look at the color to how dark that one is.
You know, and he was right there where you said he'd be, Brett. Right when we got in that little corner there.
Yep.
That's exactly where he was.
It's a pretty fish.
Oh boy, all these are nice ones too. Now you get a lot of eaters, obviously. What about really big ones? You get some big ones?
Yeah, Bob, you know, this is a spot where it's mainly going to be eaters. Like 2 days ago, we did have one that was 10 pounds here. It's 30 inches and weighed 10 pounds. I've got other spots on Green Bay, though, that if people want big fish that I would go, I wouldn't come here. But this spot, you never know what you're going to get here. I mean, I catch pike here, I catch muskie, bass. You know, there's a lot of big smallmouth in here, but it's mainly just an eater walleye spot.
Okay, we're going to clean some raindrops away. While we do that, let's make a quick run to Cabela's.
Brandon, in the past few years, I've been using a lot more of these Selmo Hornets. And I've been doing really well with them. What makes them so good?
They have an action that's much more aggressive than a lot of the other crankbaits out there. It's got a real aggressive wobble.
Yep.
Lots of sizes and colors for different times of year.
Now there's a 4, 5, and a 6. When would you want to use that 4 size?
Typically the smaller sizes like the 4s would be in the spring when the bait fish are smaller and you're trying to match the hatch.
And then as the water warms, go bigger?
Yep, the bait fish are growing, what they're eating is getting bigger, so you want to keep matching that throughout the season.
And this particular color here, when would you want to use that? What color, water clarity?
More the clear water. So the lighter colors just work better in the clearer water.
And what about stained water?
Stained water is when you want to get into the brighters, the orange, the chartreuse. They stand out better.
And I was looking at this one. This one right here, this number 6 Hornet, has been a really good bass catcher.
Yep, it mimics a bluegill. That's a bass's #1 forage, and it's a deep diver, so they can get down to where they live.
You told me you've been doing well in Mille Lacs with these smaller sizes. How are you doing that?
We're using Cabela's lead core. It's getting the smaller baits down deep, where you know, any other bait's hard to get down that deep, but with the aggressive diving action plus the lead, you can get a small bait like that down in that 25 to 30 foot range. We've got a great selection of Selmo Hornets here at the store. Stop by and see us.
If you need outdoor stuff, Cabela's is the place to go. They have the best products and the best product knowledge, and Green Bay has some of the best fishing you'll find anywhere.
Right at the boat.
Now that one's totally different color. That one's been laying in the sand. You can see how pale it is.
Yeah.
Your fish came out of the rocks.
Barely hooked.
Yeah, nice and easy. Hang on, this motor just took off. Nice. Got it?
And Matt, those last two you've caught have come as you're lifting the bait up?
Yeah, this one I actually could see the bait and I seen the fish come up.
The bait's kind of changing directions.
I'm gonna let this one go.
More shallow water summer walleye action from Green Bay when we come back. Fishing the Midwest is presented by Northland Fishing Tackle, made by fishermen for fishermen. Cabela's, it's in your nature. Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. Dakota Grills, release your inner chef.
I enjoy making good food, but I would rather fish than cook, even when it's 10 below zero. That's why my family and I invented the Dakota Grill. We let the grill do all the work. I just set the temperature and my grill does the rest. Whether I smoke, grill, barbecue, or bake, your meats will always be juicy, flavorful, and healthy. Visit dakotagrills.com for recipes, cooking videos, and more. And unleash your inner chef.
When the weather turns for the worse, you need more than a hope for the best. It's why every Ranger multi-species design is geared to crush rough water while delivering solid tracking and a smooth, dry ride. Coupled with Evinrude E-Tech's power, performance, and 300 hours with no dealer scheduled maintenance, these total performance machines are built for the battle. Experience more with Evinrude E-Tech.
Put down. That's my girl. Oh, look at you all grown up.
The more they change, the more fun it is to look back and remember. Life Touch School Photography.
Impulse soft baits. 143% more effective than the competition.
And the best alternative to live bait.
Unique colors, actions, scent.
Impulse soft plastics catch more fish, period.
It's not just walleyes and sheepshead that call these shallow rocks home. I tied on a crankbait and had action immediately.
Yeah. Right there with those walleyes, right in the rocks like that. Can we get him over here, Matt? He wants to come this way. You know, with these smallmouth, sometimes you don't have any option as to where that you go where they go, want to go.
That's what's cool about fishing these shallow water rocks.
Yes.
You never know what you're going to get here.
Yes. He's not that big either, is he? Thought he was.
Did a nice show.
They all, smallmouth always do. Smallmouth are just fun fish, aren't they? Not that big at all. He was
still fun.
He was, he thought he was bigger than he was. Yeah, that hook does come out of there really easy, doesn't it? Doesn't get tangled up at all.
We keep casting, and the fish keep biting.
A little feisty now. Oh, nice walleye, man.
Is it?
Yeah, real nice one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah. He was a little bit deeper, Brett. Not much, though.
A little bit deeper I came out now, yeah.
And the wind is laid down a little bit. Will that affect where these fish are?
Absolutely not, because what we have here with this dirty water, as long as the water stays dirty in here, those fish will be in here. So it'll take, it'll take a couple days of flat weather for it to clear up.
Yep.
So they'll stay in here for a while.
Nice walleye.
$20.
As the day progressed, the crankbait bite got better. Those Salmo hornets have become such an important bait in my tackle box. They run straight, they come in all the best sizes and colors, and Cabela's has a great selection of them. They're outstanding in this shallow water walleye bite, but they'll do a great job whenever the fish are on a crankbait bite.
Brett, when does this shallow water bite start and when does it stop?
It starts usually around the end of May, and it'll go all the way through like mid-September. So, quite a while.
Does it really?
Oh, walleye. Here he comes. Whoa. Okay, get it.
Were you trying to knock him off, Matt?
That was close.
And Brett had him hooked so darn good that you just couldn't get the job done?
Nice little fish.
Nice walleye. Oh, he whacked that crankbait just as it was starting to come up. There you go.
Nice fish, Bob.
Yeah.
A couple hours time and put quite a few fish
I
in
know
that
it.
already.
Yeah. I know. He hit that crankbait really good. He hit that white bait. Just a nice walleye. Nothing wrong with that at all. We were just casting to a couple feet of water. You found those rocks, you felt the rocks there, and right away that's where he was. Huh.
A very interesting and productive day on Green Bay. A new experience for me. I've caught shallow water walleyes before, but never on Green Bay. That just shows us again, fish are fish. They don't know what lake they're in, and they don't care. They just know that in the summer, they need something to eat. If you're on a lake that has stained water in the shallows and walleyes are in that lake, give them a try. You might be surprised and happy with the results.
Hey, for all of us at Fish in the Midwest, thanks for stopping by. Be nice to one another. We'll see you again next time.
All right, guys, let's go home.
Come on already. Thanks, Dad.